I'm a minute late, but it's got anybody's watching anyway, so not too critical. Streamlabs real quick. Turn on recording. On some music. Look for Star Wars and here. And Norse armor looking imperial. Not anybody's gonna watch them all. I mean, this comment. I will keep up every now and then. Yeah, be gone. No real agenda here. I don't know why I thought of Sif Lord and Lady Sith, mine too, and the idea stuck in my head, so I've got to get it out of my head somehow. Okay, good. Alrighty, so close that. Amy Alexander kind of got shafted in the MCU, didn't she? It's a damn shame. I really like Amy Alexander. She's a great actress. They kind of, she deserved better than Lady Sith. I thought she would have made a good Wonder Woman. It's a country girl, so. Yeah, I don't know if you got the elegant part. But I'm gonna try and let's see. I'm gonna try and turn this armor into kind of a Imperial Sith outfit. So the silver and red, we'll have to keep that color scheme in there, but we'll have to make it look more like a Sith outfit. And that'll be interesting. Very straight brows. So let's see. Pose it first. And then we'll dress it. Do a kind of slightly low angle. Gives you the imposing power of the pose because you're kind of looking up at her. Which hand should we put the saber in? The backhand or the forehand? I think I like the saber on this hand. This is the forward leg, so it curves this way. This is the back leg, so you see finish that. It's not necessary to have this in it, just helps solidify it in my mind which way the cone of the leg is going. So we have pauldrons for that, but we got to make the pauldron a little more sci-fi. I want to say, you know, Vader has kind of pauldrons and other Sith Lords have. And I think the hood would be appropriate. Sith Lords seem to enjoy their hoods. Let's keep that. Darren saying Jamie Alexander should get a Star Wars role. She would make a great Jedi. Yeah, well, I mean, I think she'd make a great whatever. You know, especially if you need a woman that can kick ass. I think Jamie Alexander is a great choice. I think she would have made a great Wonder Woman. That's where I'd like to see her at now. You know, rolling in Star Wars would be good, but I don't know if she has any interest in being a big, another big franchise after Marvel. If she does, you know, I can see her in Star Wars. But I just, you know, I think she deserves bigger roles than what she normally gets. She did lead that TV series. I can't remember what it was. I think she was on the run or something. How you doing, Darren? Darren's actually watching. You guys heard me said the comment about Jamie Alexander. I was thinking of you the other day, Darren, because like, I know you saw my comment, but I rewatched the old Punisher Warzone. I wanted to see more Ray Stevenson after watching Ahsoka, knowing that it was his last role. I revisited Punisher Warzone so I could watch Ray Stevenson in action again. Let's give her. I don't know why, but they seem to like high collars. Right? Kind of a military thing, almost. A high collar. I want to have like a cape, a cowl, and a hood. Have the hood go into the pauldron. And then I still want to have an armor look, but it's got to be more like a tactical armor instead of a Norse armor. Bars and elements from the Mandalorian design, kind of almost. And one of the things I enjoy about the Mandalorian armor for the women, so they don't have like individual breasts. It's in the armor. It never made sense to me. An armor design it creates like if you, especially if you're doing sword fighting, having the V shape that goes in the middle of your chest just seems like a good way for a sword to get you right in the middle of the chest. Making up some armor here. And then the Sith and the Jedi both seem to like their belts. And I'm looking at her belt here. We can kind of carry some of that in. So I like having the disc. You see, like where we got the slurs of red and stuff. I think instead of having it, like that, we can have it be the piping. This can be red. We'll give her kind of a Jedi. I don't know what they call the thing the Jedi's wear, like a sash. The belt over the top of it. We'll give her kind of a thicker waist sash, almost like a cummerbund. You know. Let's see. And then the Sith tend to keep themselves fully covered for some reason. So we'll take that into account. Give probably some greaves. Here's some kind of greaves. Similar to what the armor of Norse had. And then they don't really wear skirts so much, but they do have these like you look at Rey and other female Jedi, stuff like that, they have like long tails that kind of wrap into front skirts. Right? So we can do that. And then maybe central piece like that. Cut it off right about knee height. And then we'll put some thigh armor on. Again, so we have this thigh's coming forward, so the arcs of the thighs are this way, and this thigh's going back, so the arcs of the thigh are down. So the armor should follow those arcs. Spending my 3-day weekend catching up on TV shows. I finished up The Witcher Season 3. Caught the first 3 episodes of Our Flag Means Death. The Sith actually like their stuff longer, don't they? They make this longer. So I can come back out here again. Board right there. I have a saber hilt here. I have the finger wrapped around it. It can just be 3. I like to have in the kind of like the Mandalorians on the end of the greaves, you have an extra little back of the palm striker plate kind of for extra protection. I know Vader had goofy names. Let's do something like that. We'll have cape, the cowl, and the pauldrons come to a cape, as well as this long skirt. Let's take a quick look at some Nordic swords. Just if I can make the saber hilt kind of look somewhat Nordic. Pull up any for that. The Viking swords, you see some look like a shell. Let's see if we can incorporate that sometimes. Now, sabers don't have like the large hilts that a regular sword do. It's kind of truncated all down. All right, I think we're almost to a point where I can start doing this. The facial features fairly correct. Looks kind of small. I still want to look mostly like Jamie Alexander. So I larger version of this base just off to the left of it, so you can see the details a bit better. Make the hairline a little too high. Bring that down. And then let's give her some hair spilling out of the hood. Ties into the Sith look. The Sith look. The Sith look is more going to be the outfit and the lightsaber. Good point. Let's try it. Somebody still there? Nobody's saying anything. Shows a couple of people watching. So let me ask the question. Should this be Lady Sith? Or should she be the Sith Lord? What do you guys think? Lady Sith. Lady Sith, rather. Lady S-I-T-H. Or the Sith Lord. S-I-F Lord. S-I-F Lord. What do you guys think? Joe's here. Joe's going Lady Sith Lord. Howdy, Joe. Just a press from New York. No matches today. Joe's a professional wrestler. Now, again, we want to have red and silver in the place. So I figure, the pauldron, we can have some of that. Like, like red accents or something like that. Plan. Just a random accent, but we can color that in red later. No shows today. Darren says it doesn't matter as long as your lightsaber glows red. Yeah, well, it should be Sith, so it's got to be Sith, so it's got to be red. I agree with you there. Joe's asking how it's been. Old, fat, and tired, Joe. I should be, doing stuff either for my comic book or for the art show in November, but I just said this idea came into my head and just got to get out of there. Joe says he might stream later today. Depending on how he feels. What would you be streaming about, Joe? And you know you have your collectible stuff. Is that what you'd be streaming? I wonder if would a red hood and cape be too much? Oh, Joe will most likely be streaming Call of Duty or Diablo 4. Yeah, I don't do game streams. I barely do art streams at this point. I need to stream more. I'll just make more. You can add a secondary pauldron. It's a big shoulder one, you have one smaller one, flexibility. I'm not going to have to drag up this. It gives us another opportunity for some accents, some red accents. Again, it's not as sexy as the separate blue plated armor. It makes no sense. So you don't want to have cleavage in armor where it's going to drive a blade or right into the middle of your chest. It's just crazy. Deep burning the cape and hood maybe. This is where the light source is going to be. The primary light source and then the secondary light source will stay with. I keep that in mind when I start doing the colors. So Tecmo Joe, that I'm assuming this is your Twitch channel, right? Tecmo_Joe. So if you guys are into either Call of Duty or Diablo 4, go check out Joe later today, maybe. Watch, subscribe to his channel and keep an eye out for it. Just kind of random details in there. I'm not trying to make these smooth lines because I want to have that sense of the fabric. So we're pulling in some of these disc things from the Norse outfit. Always with the Jedi and the Sith and the buckles and belts and one thing the Jedi and the Sith, they don't need like scabbards and stuff. So you just have usually you just have like rings or like hooks with the, the saber handle has like a D ring on the back, so they just like hanging off the belt. So you can put the hint of just a hook there, right? The thickness of the sash comes down. So this is the bottom of this sash. And then, so they kind of like these skirt like. Make this mostly black in here, so we got the section there first detail. This is an old comic book illustrator mythology, which is putting X's where we want it to be black. So we don't throw that in black. In kind of deference to her MCU outfit, we can add a second layer. We'll have that good point as well. Music's not too loud, is it? It's real soft for me, but I think it's louder in the stream than it is in my ear. Did everybody watch Ahsoka? I have mixed feelings about it. Okay, I appreciate the main actress's name was Rosario Dawson. I appreciate that she wanted to do as much of the practical fighting as she could. But unfortunately, you can tell when it's her and not the stunt person. Pretty obviously. Because the movies just aren't as crispy fluid when it's her. Like I said, I give her respect for putting in the effort. I mean, it's not as bad as like watching Iron Fist on Netflix and seeing Finn, whatever his name is, Finn, doing Tai Chi while everybody was doing Kung Fu. I mean, like Tai Chi speed. That hurt my heart. I'm still salty about about Iron Fist. Okay. Thinking about these okay. Let's see. Seeing if we can incorporate some of that into a lightsaber design. boost is the one thing that can kind of marry a lot of the imagery together. So this is part of it. Get the things going on here. So this is the cape. And the skirt is going there. And like this one. This is the skirt. And this is the cape. Pretty close to the edge of the paper, but I guess we can go ahead and try and go all the way to the edge. Or keep run off the edge of the paper. The skirt. The cape can be behind the skirt. That's her layer. There's a blade. I'll use a red pen somewhere. Green. Full. Use the red pencil. That. Grab a straight edge. Make sure the blade is mostly straight. Have to have a slight taper to it. This will be the center of the blade. One thing I always kind of booger up with the lightsaber blades is they tend to make them like sword blades where they taper more, and they're more like light tubes. So they don't really taper until the very end, and then just kind of round off. And so I made that mistake when I drew Ahsoka earlier. So that just plans out the blade. red handy. There. Get some pencils. I can start figuring out where I want to map in the red accents against this silver grays. So let's get that. So let's grab a good red. Markers here. Good bright red. Oh, that's good. That's going to figure out. So this is going to be red. We can always brighten it up. But right now we're just trying to map everything out. Go to red first because when I put the grays over, it'll be easier to blend it out. And I think I'm going to go with the red hood and cape. So we'll make it like a deep, like a burgundy red. Actually, right now it's actually just kind of mapping out where the drop colors. It's like flattening work on the book. So that's part of the cape. This is part of the cape and hood right here. Okay. But this is part of the armor. So we can do the piping red since we did the others. That. Imagine it. I'll make this red. Cape is red. Put the cape in where we get. I'm using the rod ends. Rod ends and finish right out. Back to the brush end. These are just cheap markers from Ross. So you 48 of them for like 14 bucks. It's a great deal. They work pretty well. The paper is a Miltech tone paper. It's heavier than what you get with the Strathmore. It's a warmer tone. I really like it, mainly for the thickness and the warmth. Texture-wise, it's not as fibrous looking as the Strathmore. That could be a matter of preference. Some people like that fibrous look. Sometimes I like it too. But this Miltech paper, I really like it because it's just so much thicker than the Strathmore. Just making me red. Just need something to break up the armor. Red. Yeah. So this is almost a burgundy. It's almost a purple. I think it's what I'm going to make the Still there? Change up the music here in a second. Like Little Red Riding Hood. Little Sith Riding Hood. Caught a stop around 2 hours. Pretty good progress in the next hour. Great. Start on the armor. Let's see close. Just throwing in some black. Black and red go well together for a set. It's going to be dark grays, Darren, because it is Lady Sith. So you can see the armor. I can't make it bright silver like I used to do this, but it's going to be more gray than black. Like the armor bits will be gray anyway. The sleeves down in here will be black. Most of it will be gray. And it also gives you, a lighter color to bounce light off of. It's like the light highlights. Still quite a ways to go, though. One of the things I've been working on is coloring. mix colored pencil with my markers to give me more control than what I can get with just the markers alone. I'll decide what I want to do with the cape. So the cape's in burgundy. A different shade of red. Maybe this one red is the piping. Just to create layers. Grab a really dark gray. And non-armor. This is black, but it's almost black. C8. C10 is pretty much black. So you can't see it on camera, but I can still see the X's just slightly. You can still see the ribs of the sleeves just slightly. I'm sure on camera you probably won't see that anymore. I like the idea of having the inside of the skirt dark like that. So we have the outside of red. So make this part a lighter red. The cape's going to be darker still, so see, I grabbed the blue red that I used for the piping. But We use this gray. Sounds good. Slightly. That helps add a layer in there. At this point, we've got to take the sash apart. Pretty. Just going to break it up lines. This is the C6 that we use for the armor. Now we're going to start trying to figure out some of the shading. You see, I'm not worried about going over the piping, so we'll add in more if we need to be bright again. Because I have a strong light source at the bottom, I can't have the under shading that you would normally associate there. Figure it's all throwing that in the shade. From here, you're getting some self shading from the skirt, and self shading from the thigh that curves away from the light source. This side of the thigh will be brighter. This side gets thrown in shadow. probably looking for like a purple or a burnt deep, maybe even a brown. So this is burnt sienna, which is brownish color. To add the darkness into the red. Put it on pretty heavy where it's going to be the heaviest in shadow. And we have the light source here, the body blocking the cape, so the side points in shadow. I'm not counting whatever light source is on the other side. I take general lighting direction. I don't do exact lighting. I'm not a ray trace machine. So, I do like to take into account where light sources are to try to simulate the shadows happening. A little light cast on the bridge. Dark. I'm going to come up with an even darker brown. I think 2 corners there. The burnt sienna is a good shade over the red, deburking the red. This is just straight dark brown. Again, because it's like the deepest shadows, you can knock out some of the red with the brown. Bring up some white. Using some highlights to And also, we're giving the saber light. Plus, we're also bringing in some of that kind of lighter color to Sif's armor in general. Where she was silver and red. If you wonder why white, because we'll go over it with red after. So there's that red cast. Plug in my pencil sharpener. My lamps have USB ports, and I have a USB pencil sharpener. Like I said, I can still see the ribs in the clothing. You guys probably can't see it. kept the red pencil handy. Having that white underlayer allows this color to pop a little bit more on top. Yeah. You can kind of see. Exactly. Great zoom. It's all layers too. Just like the white down and then put the red down, and then we put white back over the top of the red. Create those extra specular areas. For example, this area is pretty close to the blade. Go back and put some more white over the top of that. You can even come in with a white paint pen to add some bright, really bright specular areas. You guys spending your long weekend? Catching up on shows. Finished The Witcher. Caught up on Our Flag Means Death. We watched Captain Marvel. Getting ready for November. Marvel's comes out. This is a paint pen. Paint pen should, right now it's going on white, but it should soak up some of the marker and pencil movement. Okay, we're just trying to think of where the brightest light is. Mostly putting the specular on the armor. That's what's catching the light. It's also what's going to have the most productivity. for the paint. For the paint. Black. So I'm going to those X's. Well, here. Drop in some pure blacks. Pretty close. Doing close. No. Put it in kind of a hallway setting. This is just like an accent to, pop her on the page and give her a quasi setting of some sort. Exactly. Not exactly symmetrical. Putting in kind of a lit doorway. Something like that. Look at all these white pencils, I might as well use them up, huh? Buy them by the dozens. I can buy them by the 2 dozens. One box in my portable bag and one box in my office. I did something similar to my biomechanical lead. It's like swirls. This time I'll look into geometrical shapes. Make it look like something man-made behind her. I go to so many buckets. We're still there. You want for symmetry, but not perfect symmetry. Take artistic license. All right. Yeah, I especially want to see Jamie Alexander in the Star Wars movies now. Still awake, dear. All right, Joe. Good. Says Lady Sith looking mighty shaky. That's the goal. But the question is, can you tell it's Lady Sith? Lady Sith as a Sith. That's I'm not sure I quite got enough of the costume elements in there to in the face you can tell. Not sure if there's enough of the Sith armor in the Sith armor. Warren says, hey man, sorry, no need to ever apologize for watching or not watching or being late to watching. It doesn't matter. Surprised anybody shows up at all. so if you're here, it's a bonus. Celebration. Get this part isn't a lot of fun, but I think it helps pop everything together. And I end up pressing pretty hard, so it's not good for my it's not good for my wrist. But in order to get that rich white covered, I end up pressing pretty hard with these pencils. That's why you see it like flaking off. Careful not to get it too low since I want to do wood scraping. Lauren says, yeah, actually I got a mystery question for what you're advised in drawing a comic. What kind of question you got there, RM? I'm not an expert comic guy, but I'll try to answer your question. I've read a lot of comics. I've got about 5,000 of them. Oh, 6,000 right now. So I counted them over a decade ago or whatever. I picked up a few since then. What's your question, RM? Do you have a mole? Mole, doesn't you? Let me look at another picture. It was a mole, but I'm not sure if it's just this photo or whether like Jamie Alexander had a mole. She's got a mole, I want to move it. 1 second. I'll get Jamie Alexander. She's got a mole. All right. As a person with a mole, I like to make sure that when I'm drawing somebody that has one, I include it. She's got a mole right here. Making sure it wasn't a mark on the photo. Okay, so let's see. On drawing comics, I'm trying to draw characters in panels. Let's just say it's not my strong suit. Okay, so that's a statement. What's the question? Are you okay reading, RM? I can give you some recommended reading. What I recommend to anybody that's serious about making comics is I mean, there's a lot of how-to books. I mean, I was like Marvel, how to draw comics the Marvel way, but the one I always recommend is Will Eisner's I think it's called Comics and Sequential Art. And Will Eisner, you may know him from like Spirit and stuff like that. But a lot of the visual tropes the comic artists use, he either came up with or he clarified. And that book covers a lot of them. Comics and Sequential Art, Will Eisner. And it covers all kinds of stuff, not just panels, but speed lines and when to break a border and when not to, and stuff like that. Really good book. The other thing is, like if you have friends that are into comic books, and if you're not afraid to show them stuff, show them some of your breakdowns, your layouts, and get feedback from them. So even if you don't draw, if you've read enough comics, you can kind of tell, okay, this works, this doesn't. What do you think? Does this panel help pop her off the page? I think it does. It creates kind of a sci-fi-ish backdrop. Base. Right on the floor, kind of. And then I'll go over to block paint, fix my outline. Just eraser. Let's try with the eraser first. Let's see if that's good enough. Yes. Grab a warm gray, go over that, just drop it back. I got the one. And let's go out a little bit farther. I'll have to check that out because I want to try to do something different. I've never drawn a comic. Don't know how to draw comics. I've done ones I want. Couldn't figure it out. Um, here's the other thing with like doing sequential art is the more you do it, the more you figure it out. So don't don't be afraid to fail. That's one of the biggest things. You know, people get so wrapped up in trying to be perfect out the gate. Um, it's okay if you're not. I think I can piece that out. That's probably too much to hope for. All right. What do I miss? I feel like I'm just about done. All right. Well, we're gonna call it done, I guess, before I mess it up. You know, it seems like they keep putzing with it for another couple hours, and I'll just end up messing it up. Okay. Where'd that mark come from? One of the things I learned not to panic. This is active blade. This doesn't seem to be pencil. Be marker. I can make it disappear quite a bit by scraping the ink off a couple layers of paper. I'm going to wear that with an eraser to help smooth the paper back down. That's that. Stuff I don't have with me when I do conventions. Yeah, I think we'll call it done. Let's see. Have I ever drawn a comic before? Not all the way. I'm in the process of doing one. I don't have it handy to show you. It's buried under some stuff right now. I can show you. Let's see. Some old pencils before I inked it. Facebook page. Oh, let me stop the recording before I get too off track. So I'm done with the drawing. Stop the recording. So I'm not recording a bunch of dead drawing time. Okay, let's see. Facebook page. There it is. I think I've got it. So these are old pencils. These are blue line pencils too. So let me see. Share. Screen. Facebook. All right. So these are roughs. But, this is the 3-panel. When you think like when I draw this, I think like a movie, like a cinematic. So you have like a wide shot and it zooms into where he's like laying down. You know? And this is a 2-page spread with a bunch of different stuff going on. And again, we're thinking that wide shot, sound effect, reaction to the noise. I wish I had some of the ink pages up there. I haven't scanned in the inks yet to really show those. But my pencils tend to be very loose too, because I've spent so much time working on speed where my sketches are rougher and then my inks are tighter. So I do a lot of fixing as I ink. You see, do I have any ink pages? Oh, here. That's good. That's the logo. Let me go back for a second. I think I might have some ink pages just as a photo, not as a scan. Let's go back a few months here. Look. This is like, I'm not doing this to make money or anything. It's just, I'm in my 50s. I just want to say I did a comic book. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna self-publish and self-print, so I don't have to worry about all the extra overhead costs. I'm not gonna be in color, but I'll be able to say I've done. I'm just trying to find an ink page. I had some. This is like progress shot. But another thing that helped me for a lot is we draw bookmarks every year. We've been doing it for like 7 years. And bookmarks, is a 2-inch by 8-inch strip. So that gets you in that mindset of like a pen. The other thing was doing like trading cards. Done a lot of trading cards too. So here's one of the pages. Okay. So I don't have scans of the ink pages. I probably won't have those up until I actually finish it. I don't want to give everything away. But yes, I am working on a book. I'm trying to get it done for the end of the year. We'll see. Might have to try that. I never fully understood the process, because sometimes autism until you learn things, hey, I actually thought about it. Yeah, well, like I said, if you don't mind reading, like I said, the book I recommend is Comics and Sequential Art by Will Eisner. But there's comics from How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way is a good primer. And there's Notes to Draw From by Mitch Bird. There's a lot of stuff out there, but there's no replacement for just sitting down and going for it. That's my best recommendation. All right, anybody else have anything before I wrap up? Give it a few seconds here for the delay. Fan comics where I don't completely own it, but do have an original idea. Yeah, I'll have to try that. Dyslexia's a real pain sometimes. Yeah, I imagine it is. Especially if you're trying to tell a story. But if you have somebody you can trust, to bounce stuff off of, maybe your dad. I don't know, did your dad like your comics and stuff? Bounce that stuff off your dad. If you have a best friend that's into comics that won't take shots at your dyslexia, give you honest feedback and stuff like that. Oh, Arm said you did a Halloween drawing. See, is it on your Instagram? You can hop over to Instagram real quick. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I can't show it then, unless you send me a link to it or something. But I'm going to wrap up for the day. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Darren, Joe, RM. It's always good to have company. And now I've got this idea out of my head, so I can do something else. I don't know. I think I'm going to call her Sif Lord. SIF Lord. Sif Lord. That's more. Lady Sith could be anybody. Sif Lord is the better play on words, I think. So thanks for hanging out and watching me draw Sif Lord. Aloha.